so this is basically the fourth episode, I guess, of Just Gaming because we were recording and my OBS said, "No, you're not recording." So anyway, welcome to our third match of the Just Gaming Show. Second match of the first group. We had Roman and Nolan fighting the first match. You can watch it. Um, it's in the channel and will be in the playlist that will be attached to this episode. Uh, we had also an episode from the second group with Vincent and Raz. Raz and Javier. Their episode is also available right now if you want to watch it. And yeah, this is our third episode, and this one is going to be centered around Nintendo. It's going to be very similar to the PlayStation episode, but just with Nintendo games, I guess. Today I have Matthew and Vincent. You probably know already Vincent. Matthew, probably not so much. I mean, if you're in our inner circle, you know
If
him.
you're an OG, you know. If you
Yeah,
know,
if
you
you're OG,
know.
you know. Yeah. If you know Jonathan Youngblood, you know Matthew.
Matthew's more OG than I am technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Matthew was like one of the first people I met. Anyways, okay, so since we kind of lost time with the other one, let's just fast forward. Okay, so the first round is what is the best Nintendo game? So this could be any Switch game, Wii U game, Wii. You can even go with
The classics.
the Game Boy Color
Classics,
if you
yes.
want. I don't care.
The Game Boy Color.
Matthew, you go first. Go.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it back to the GameCube era with Luigi's Mansion. So the reason why I think Luigi's Mansion is the greatest Nintendo game of all time is because I really see it as a breakthrough game. This was the first major, one of the first major titles to feature Luigi as opposed to Mario within that franchise, and taking a secondary character and putting him in the forefront is, I think, really cool. Secondly, the gameplay. It's really unique. The way they catch the ghosts and explore the house, the fights and the puzzles here and there are really fantastic. They're really fun and intriguing. I remember from when as a kid playing these puzzles, and maybe I just wasn't good at it, or maybe Nintendo did. They kept it a little more difficult back in those days, and I will touch on that a little later with another question that's coming up. But I found the puzzles to be challenging, to be really creative. There were times where I was stuck on a level, and back then you couldn't search up on the internet, a walkthrough how to do it. You had to sit there and figure it out, and I thought that was really cool. Not to mention the story is really fantastic. It takes a classic. A classic villain, the Boos, and really gives them really cool story and integrates them within there. Not to mention the ghosts. All the major ghosts that you catch have a really good backstory that you can explore, on your own, or you can just fight them. But even those fights within the game are really creative boss battles. Every single one is different. You need to do certain things, open a curtain a certain way, or fire a ball at a little bouncing baby. So I think that Luigi's Mansion is, and that's why I think Luigi's Mansion is the greatest Nintendo game of all time.
Okay, Vincent. Basically, we heard these arguments already, but we're hearing it a second time.
Yeah.
You're just reinforcing
Okay.
your points. Anyway, yeah, sorry, Vincent.
Yeah.
You go.
You're good. Okay, so this time I actually listed out some points, so this would be way better this time. So atmosphere. It's incredibly. It fills you with a bunch of sense
you
of
forgot to
dread.
say-
Oh, it's also Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Here, hold on, let's
exactly.
restart.
Okay, Majora's Mask, yeah.
Yes. So my game is Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. It's my favorite game of all time. So let's start off with story. Actually, basically, the game is indeed a sequel to Ocarina of Time. But here's the thing about that, real quick. It doesn't matter that it's a sequel. You literally will miss like 0.5% of the story if you just jump straight into Majora's Mask as your first ever Zelda. So you lose nothing. But that's that story. Basically, you're trying to find someone from the first game, and you get attacked by a guy named Skull Kid, and he steals basically your entire body, face, everything. He turns you to a Deku Scrub, and then you get thrown into a place called Termina, That's the world, and you get thrown into a place called Clocktown. That's kind of like the central hub of the entire world,
Mm-hmm.
and it fills you with a sense of dread because the world is going to end in 3 days because the moon is crashing into Termina, and you always know it's there because all you have to do is look up, and you see the giant creepy smile that the moon has looking down on you at all times. Um, and since you're a Deku Scrub, you feel so powerless to be able to do really anything. And I don't know, it's just a dark game. It's not exactly an original comment, but like it's a really dark game. It's creepy. It's weird. It actually creeped me out as a kid. Basically, during you get these things called masks later on, and four of them transform you into a completely different character. And the transformations legit scared me. I had to like turn away from the TV as a kid because they scared me too much whenever I put on a mask. Um, Characters. Okay, so the game is basically like 25% main quest, 75% side quests, and other characters. Um, I'm gonna focus on one in particular, but every character gets like nice, good, meaty stories. But basically, the side quest I'm going to focus on real quick before my time's up is Cafe and Andrew quest, and that was the first ever quest in any game or anything in any video game ever that made me feel real emotion, because like before, I played like Mario and Sonic and stuff like that, and they were like all fun, good times. But this was like the first time ever in a video game that's like, oh, I feel like sad. I feel emotions right now outside of just having fun. And that's kind of what made me realize that video games were like more than just time wasters. And you get more thoughts on me on my video that's up on Just Gaming. Okay, that's it. I got a
Alright.
plug.
Okay. Matt, do you want to rebuttal?
All right, so Vincent had the advantage of the fact that we
Aha.
re-recorded and took
Yeah.
away my first rebuttal.
Got you
So
there.
in that first recording, I admitted
I'm
that
sorry.
I hadn't. That's okay. I hadn't actually played Majora's Mask, so I can't speak to the story and the gameplay. Um, I will. I see your point in the fact that you don't necessarily need to play Ocarina of Time to understand what's going on in Majora's Mask. My argument would still be the accessibility angle, where as someone who is completely new to video games or completely new to Nintendo, let's say completely new, and you were to give them Luigi's Mansion or Majora's Mask, I would lean towards giving Luigi's Mansion because um, the this is gonna screw me over in a later round, I know it. But Mario is far more recognizable as a franchise compared to
Aha.
Zelda, where so
That will screw you.
someone can just hop right in and understand completely what's going on. Whereas Majora's Mask, even though you don't need Ocarina of Time, I I've played one Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. I still couldn't tell you what the Triforce is. I'm not gonna lie, and I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you a bunch of the
Fair.
lore. And someone who I love to immerse myself in video games, but and I'm sure if I played Majora's Mask, I would end up liking it. But that's someone who, when I get into something, I learn the lore and I dive right into it. Someone who might not do that might not fully understand or appreciate the story and the world behind Majora's Mask. Where Luigi's Mansion, yes, maybe it isn't as deep in story, but the story itself is still really fun. It does actually have a little creepy elements. It's not the same likely as Zelda. This is still a kid's game with a kid's angle, but it does touch on a little creepiness that Mario hadn't really seen before. The Mario franchise, I should say, hadn't really seen before. And overall, I think that someone can get into it a lot easier compared to Majora's Mask.
Okay, yeah, I have to cut you. Sorry, because I have to give Vincent the time before the round ends. Vincent, do you want to rebuttal?
Um, you see, the thing about that is that you're probably right. I Okay, look. The thing is with Majora's Mask, it is honestly a very accessible game, but it if you put a person, yeah, I'm debating myself here. Um, if you were to give a person the very first ever video game, and I had to choose letting them play either Mansion or Mask. Which one is more simple? Which one is more easier to access? Yeah, it's Mansion. So I'm just gonna give it. I literally can't think of any other way to debate
Okay.
it.
Well, I guess that ends the first round.
Vincent, if it makes
Yeah.
you feel any better, you convince me to play Majora's Mask.
Hey,
I really want to now.
it's
Not focusing on the. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't even think. I think the only thing that I took from Matthew's rebuttal was that yeah, I do agree with that Luigi's Mansion is more accessible than a Majora's Mask. I think Zelda is it's an easy franchise to get in, but Luigi's Mansion is easier, like because
yeah.
it's basically a platformer, but like with puzzles and everything. Um,
Yeah.
and honestly, not counting rebuttal, I felt like Matthew gave me more of an overall explanation as to why Luigi's Mansion is great because he gave me story, he gave me the environments of the game, he gave me gameplay, he gave me everything. And while Vincent, you gave me just mostly like the feel of Majora's Mask. You didn't talk about like the gameplay of Majora's Mask. You didn't talk
I ran
about
out of time. Yeah.
yeah. Like, so I think because Matthew gave me more of an overall reason for why Luigi's better, and I agree with him. The other fact that it's just more accessible, I have to go with Matthew for the first round. So that gives Matthew 1 point on the first round. I'm just gonna write it down so I don't forget. Okay. Okay. So let's go into the second round. Second question is pitch the next. So by the way, if you're watching this, we already have announced another Smash character. It's another shitty ass character, but nobody cares about that. So let's pitch the next one.
So
We have
salty.
two slots
He's so
left.
salty. It's
We have
wild.
2 slots left, and I want you guys to pitch me who should join next, both of you. So since Matthew went first, Vincent goes first now.
Okay, cool. So my pick for next Smash Rep is going to be more Xenoblade characters. I hope you like that, Pedro.
Okay, might as well give Matthew the point.
Bro.
Maybe Fire Emblem. Okay, no. The Fire Emblem guy here, even I would be upset at that. No. Doom guy Doom guy or Doom Slayer, depending on how you go by it. But obviously he's from the Doom series for 2 big reasons. One, just the quality of games that he's had over the past, God, like how's it been? Like 30 years now? 20 years? At least 25 years. That he's been around. With Doom 3 debatably being good or not, I personally enjoyed it. But I've played every Doom game except for Eternal. I want to though. But literally all of them are great games. All of them are great. And I'm not alone in thinking that. I know for a fact that tons of people love Doom. And the biggest thing, this is a big thing. This is on my only other second point, but it's big, and it's speed running.
That's what she said.
Before Doom,
Yeah.
speed running did not exist. Basically, Doom, the original Doom, had something called demos, and I believe if speedrunners ever see this, correct me. You could use the demos to record your playthroughs, and then people could go back and analyze your playthroughs and figure out how to make things faster. And from there, obviously, it went on to games like Quake. And now today we have gigantic speedrunning communities, including something called Games Done Quick. They have 2 main events per year: Summer Games Done Quick, Awesome Games Done Quick, and they raise literal millions of dollars per event, and it all goes straight to charity. And that is pretty awesome. And if it wasn't for Doom, that wouldn't exist. And Doom Guy, since Doom Guy exists, that all exists. I'm losing my point. Either way, Doom Guy deserves to be in Smash for those 2 massive reasons. There.
All right, Matthew.
Okay. My choice is Cranky Kong. Now, I think we both agree.
I actually love that. Never mind. Changing my answer.
Wait, let me just. I'm gonna Google him because I want to be sure it's the one I'm thinking. But if it
Dude,
is,
he's the
bro,
old. He's
He's the
he's the
guy.
greatest
it's the
character.
grandpa. I love
Yes, the
it.
grandpa.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I can't even deny that. Okay,
I
that's a good
love it.
pick.
So I'm gonna open with a point that I think we'll both agree with is that Nintendo needs to stop adding anime characters to Smash Bros. Nobody wants them anymore. I'm sick and tired of seeing these damn. When I saw that yesterday, I was like, I haven't played Smash in a while. I love Ultimate. I just haven't got it. I'm addicted
Right.
to League, so I only play League now. I don't play Smash. But anyways, um, I saw these two characters. I'm like, this is enough. Like, this is like the what 40th anime character they've added. Like, I get it. I get why you're selling it. That it sells, but let's go back to the basics here.
Yeah.
Let's bring back one of the OG Nintendo franchises, one that hasn't really got love in the Smash
Donkey
Bros.
Kong,
Roster
baby.
recently. Yes, we had King K. Rool from the DK franchise, but that was on release. We haven't had another one yet. And Donkey Kong has really just been underrepresented overall. So I think Cranky Kong would be not only a really funny addition, he's a funny old man with a walking stick. He can bring some nice comedic relief to the game. I'll admit, I was doing some research and I found some really great concepts of some people creating his move sets, which you necessarily wouldn't have to go off that, but I could really see him as having almost a really unique playstyle, kind of like how Yoda is with his walking stick, and then all of a sudden he's doing flips around and hitting you with the stick, and I think that would be really cool. So my choice would be Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong's grandpa. And if you disagree with me, you're ageist. So I'm just kidding.
Funky Kong too.
What about Funky Kong, bro? All right.
I'll concede maybe for Lanky Kong.
All right, Vincent, do you want to rebuttal?
Yeah, okay. So I can think of one off the top of my head. Basically, while yes, honestly, okay, two things. Just about the anime characters. Yeah, trust me, as the guy who loves like RPGs and all that stuff, Sephiroth, he gets a pass. He's like the biggest anime villain of all time. He gets a pass. But everyone else, no. Even for me, it's a bit much at this point. But basically, back to the actual point. Cranky, yes, he would be awesome. But it just would be another character to another series that already exists in Smash. Having Doom Guy being an entirely new IP that has had literal no representation in Smash, despite literally changing the landscape of gaming as we know it, or at least in a subsection. I think that Doom Guy deserves to have some real representation because he doesn't even have like a Mii costume or something. Not even like a sticker, a JPEG, nothing.
He has a Fall Guys costume.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but honestly, just as dope as it would be to have Cranky Kong, I feel like having Doom Guy, an entirely new IP that genuinely did change gaming. I feel like that deserves to be in Smash just a little bit more than just a fun, cool rep from a series that I do love, but we already have. That's it.
All right, Matthew.
That's fair. And I can't deny that Doom Guy he's a really cool character, comes from a really influential franchise. But my argument against including in Smash it would be hard to do him justice, I think. Given Doom's nature as a franchise and comparing it to Smash Bros. I think the fit will be a little weird. Yes, we do have Joker from Persona 5, and that is,
Snake
a
and
darker,
Bayonetta.
yeah, Snake and Bayonetta, which are darker series. But those aren't first-person shooters, right? Whereas Doom is. So I think that including him would just be a little hard to do him justice. It'd be almost like including Old Man Logan in an Avengers movie. You have an R-rated character in something that's a little bit more for everyone. I think it would be a little difficult. I honestly think that's the reason why they haven't included Master Chief, because it's really hard to just kind of do him justice, in my opinion. including him within the roster of all these different super colorful characters. So yeah.
All right. Um, that was actually closer than the first round.
Oh, for sure. Trust me, I know.
Here's the thing. I do agree with Vincent that we need more representation out of Nintendo, because the Cranky Kong would be so funny, but it would be funny for Smash like 7. Wait, was this Smash 6 or 7? 5. This was 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah,
So
it's 5.
Okay, 5. So Smash 6. It would be a funny character to Smash 6, but like now we have 6 slots. It's time to give it to people outside of the bubble of Nintendo, and that's why I was kind of angry because they went with Xenoblade. It's Look, I don't care about Sephiroth, but I'm the first one to tell you like it's a good addition because it's someone out of the Nintendo bubble. It's a character of the Nintendo bubble. It's an actually cool addition, like addition. Sorry, uh, that's why sure I'm not a big fan of Sephiroth, but I wasn't mad nor I was sad because again it's good representation. Um, the and that's why I was leaning more into Doom Guy, but uh, but I think Matthew made a better argument as to why we would have um, we would have Cranky Kong, because Matthew focused more on explaining the actual character, while it's pretty cool that Doom Guy started speedruns, and I won't deny you that, but I don't think that's a justifiable option to have him on Smash because of that. I don't think it's good enough to like. It's a cool thing, sure, but I don't know if it's like, yeah, it should be in Smash because you invented speedruns. I don't know. I don't think that would make much sense. And Matthew did say, which is true, that Doom Guy is more of it's more of a more adult character, while Smash is more of tamed. It's not tamed, but it's like more to kids and adults. So, but at the same time, Smash has proven that they can go out of the kids.
It's Sakurai. He can
Yeah.
make any. It's Papa Sakurai. He can make anything work, man.
Okay, let me think a little. Give me like 30 seconds. Okay.
Is this a bad time to say I haven't played Doom either?
What? Boy, what have you
Just play
played?
the remakes. Those are the ones that are good. I'm gonna go with Vincent on this round. Cause
Hey!
Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have said I haven't played Doom.
No, I'm just gonna go with him because I feel like he's right when he tells like we need more representation outside. That's the most compelling argument to me, is that we need
He's
to
not
get
wrong.
we need to get out of the Nintendo bubble. It's enough.
Yeah.
We had enough. We have how many characters Nintendo related we have? Like 70? I don't know. A lot.
We're probably close to like 70
We
Nintendo
don't need
reps.
more. So yeah, I'm going with Vincent on this, and let's go then to the third round. All right. Okay. So, sorry. My camera died midway, so I have to use my computer camera for this episode, I guess, because cameras suck. Anyways, let's get into the third question. Yes, third question. And by the way, score is 1-1, both tied. And the question is, just gonna open it real quick. Yep. The question is, what franchise should Nintendo revive next? So,
You first.
Vincent was first, so Matthew, you go first.
Okay. So the franchise I would choose is Wario Land. So this is, for those of you who don't know, this is essentially Mario, but with Wario. It's a platforming, with Wario. Yeah.
What a surprise.
I
Shocking.
know. So in general, media has been shifting towards taking a new look or a closer look at traditional villains or anti-heroes and putting them in the spotlight. Anything from the most recent Cruella trailer or Maleficent. And I think that they could definitely take that trend and, apply it to the video game industry. I think that Wario deserves his own Odyssey style game. So really taking advantage of the Switch's, processing power and ability to make these really big landscapes for your character to explore and platform in and almost do an open world kind of thing. And having Wario in there would allow Nintendo to kind of almost take a darker look at the whole world of Mario. You don't necessarily have to have Wario be completely evil. You can have him be an anti-hero, but you can also explore concepts within that universe that we haven't really seen before. So I think that you can really take advantage of that. Put Wario in the spotlight. He's a really fun character that we don't actually know too much about. The previous games are fine. They were traditional, side-scrolling platformers, but you could take advantage of the Switch's power, almost make a Dark Odyssey type of thing. And I think it would be would be a really fun twist on a tried and true and almost tiring blueprint with the Mario games. Every single time they come out, it's you get reminded of the other ones. So let's try something with Mario.
Vincent, it's you.
You good?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's you.
Oh, I can barely hear. So hold on, maybe I just need to bump up my volume. Hold on.
Maybe my mic changed again. Sorry. No, it's my regular one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, go. Okay, so Wario Land. That's honestly a good choice. That's a good choice. My choice is F-Zero. I adore F-Zero, even though I'm so bad at them. Like I'm horrendously bad at them. But it's I don't know. It would be great to have a new one because it's been like 16, 17 years since the last one. That was GP Legend on Game Boy Advance. If you don't include the expansion pack that they did for that. And I don't know. We still at least got a Wario Land game back in, I want to say like 2011 or maybe 2011, 2013, I want to say. And while that game was great, from what I hear, I never got to play it. But F-Zero has always had such consistent quality. And Nintendo, I genuinely feel like with the amount of people that I always see asking for a new F-Zero, because I really do. I genuinely see like a ton of people online always asking for a new F-Zero. And the number one thing that they would have to do to make it great is just add online. That's literally it. Add online and make it like GX, add online, and boom. You'd have like a bajillion copies sold.
Yeah.
Shut up. This round was gonna be the worst round for me because that's really all I got, man. It's a great series. It deserves to have a new game, and Captain Falcon honestly deserves much better than just Smash. Okay, that's it. Whatever.
Matthew.
So, my argument against F-Zero would be the fact that we have racing games already exist within Nintendo and within the Nintendo franchise, both owned by Nintendo and optimized for Switch. So how could I don't see F-Zero really making that much of an impact other than maybe the nostalgia factor. My Wario Land has the chance to innovate the franchise. As I said before, explore parts of the Mario universe that we haven't really seen before. With F-Zero, I'm sure we could get some really cool racing and some really cool new gameplay. But at the end of the day, we have racing games already, and there isn't. I don't really see an avenue to really innovate these racing games in ways that they already haven't before. So that would be my argument of or even the online aspect. A lot of existing racing games that exist within the Nintendo franchise already have online racing. So I don't see F-Zero adding any more than that, whereas Wario could add something really new and really creative.
But you see, I have the perfect counter argument. F-Zero is better.
Is it really better than Mario Kart though?
Mario Kart's an OG.
Yeah, no, I love Mario. God, look, here's the thing. I knew I was going to do badly because I just want F-Zero, okay? Just give me F-Zero. That's all I got to freaking say.
Okay. Um, okay. Honestly, I think it's kind of easy where I'm going because Matthew actually made an argument for it, and
I don't have any good.
every time I have these rounds, these rounds like for just gaming, I always like to think like, what's the best? Every time the two contestants are arguing, I like to think to myself like, what's the best argument against the other person's argument, for example. And when you said F-Zero, I was thinking, Matthew could really go in by saying just like, but we already have better Mario, we have already better racing games. And the first thing he said was like, "Yeah, but we already have better racing games." Because it's true. I love F-Zero. I've always cherished it. I have the Game Boy Advance one, the small one. I don't remember the name
Yeah.
of the one, but that one was
Maximum
awesome.
velocity.
I love that one. That was awesome. But we have Mario Kart. It's the perfect racing game. And
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
you really miss? Would you really miss F-Zero that much? Because there's other yeah, and you could
Yes.
okay, so you can make that argument for Wario because we already have Mario games, we have Luigi games, but he didn't make an argument against it. So I gotta go with Matthew because he actually rebutted your
Yeah.
thoughts. So
Now you're fine.
yeah, I'm
Nah,
going.
even before the round started, I was like, I just want a new F-Zero. I'm just gonna put that out
I'm
there.
going. Okay, I'm going
I
with
feel that.
Matthew.
I feel that.
And okay, let's go to the fourth round. Okay, let's get into fourth round so we can just speed through this. Fourth round is, what's the most influential property, Pokemon or Mario? So I asked the both of you to pick each side. You both picked Mario, but we can't have both go for
Duh.
Mario.
Like, let's be
So
real.
Matthew changed it to Pokemon, so he will be going for Pokemon while Vincent will support Mario. And since Matthew was the first one in the third round, Vincent, you go back. You're the
Okay.
first one.
Okay, cool. Well, come on. Let's be real. It's Mario. It literally saved. Like, it didn't single-handedly save it, but like, it mostly saved the gaming industry. Like Nintendo slash Super Mario Brothers basically more or less saved the entire gaming industry. Um, and Mario as a character is just straight up one of the most recognized uh, pieces of fictional, or how do I word this? Is one of the most recognizable fictional characters in society, not even just America, just in the world.
Society. Okay, Joker.
Society.
We live in a Mario society.
Hard to say. But no, for real though,
Yeah,
he is, and he really did
he is.
save. He did more or less save gaming. You have like a 3-year-old that can like see like just the red and blue clothing, and just be like, oh. Even if he can't say Mario yet, he's like, oh, that guy's Mario. He can like recognize it. Or even elderly people who have never touched a video game, they'd be like, "Oh, that guy. He's the guy that jumps, Mario or whatever." Like everyone knows who he is. Um, and honestly, I think that's kind of it at the moment that pops into my head. I could probably rebuttal some more, but or rebuttal or argue back. So I'll bounce off of that. So
Matthew?
let's end that there.
Okay. So I'll concede Mario may be more famous. I mean, I did pick Mario to start with, but if we're talking larger impact and influence overall, I think really giving more thought, I think it has to be Pokemon overall. I think internationally, Pokemon is a far more recognizable IP. And even here, I did the research for this. You can double check it after, but the Pikachu float has been featured more often in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade than Mario one has. See, if
Wow.
that doesn't tell you cultural
Yeah,
impact,
We're
I
going
knew
for
then
that.
what
parades.
does? Okay.
I knew that.
But let's take the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade out of it, and just look at pop culture and how it's influenced overall. Um, has Mario ever had a TV show that's ingrained into pop culture the way Pokemon has?
Yes.
I I'd argue that it wouldn't. The Pokemon anime is something that like anybody who's
Yeah,
grown
yeah,
up,
yeah.
even if they haven't watched anime, they know the Pokemon anime. That's the one anime that everybody has seen. And then putting that part aside, let's look at the most recent games coming out. Have you heard of Mario Go? No. Has everybody on this earth heard of Pokemon Go? Anybody who has a smartphone? Yes, Pokemon Go took over the planet a couple
That was
years
a good
ago, and
week.
everybody, yeah, I mean, it was
A
literally world
week.
peace.
World
It
It
peace.
was
was
world
a
peace.
year.
It has never happened before. Mario has even tried that, or maybe not the same extent, but they had the Mario Kart free game come out.
And
But
Mario Run.
yeah, whatever. I don't remember where that was because I installed it and deleted it after a week. Um, and then finally, to close out, how many memes does Mario have? I don't
A
know.
lot.
Pikachu
Hey,
He's
has
got a good few.
okay, but surprise
so long,
Pikachu
Gabo.
hit far more than any Mario meme has. You maybe they'll pull up some other memes, but I swear Pikachu has
All
had that far more than Mario has.
right,
Okay.
Vincent.
Okay. So if we're gonna do other things, like the music from Mario, right? Uh, Mario. I have to double check this because I know that at one point the Super Mario Brothers theme, the da 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 that, um, it was like the most downloaded song for mobile like a few years ago, and like everyone knows about what that song is. Everyone knows how it goes. Again, even people who never played. There we go. I had to get my camera back up. Even people who had never played a Mario game, they recognize that song. If they hear it, they're like, "Oh, that's from Mario. That's the thing, right?" And it's like, "Yeah." Um, and Mario's not the only character that people recognize. Like when it comes to Pokemon, yes, everyone knows Pikachu. Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu. But after you go out of Pikachu, how many more like elderly people or very young kids or just even casual people know more than just like I don't know Pikachu? People do recognize like Bowser. People do recognize Luigi. Again, obviously not to as much of an extent, but parents will most likely, and again, anyone will most likely be recognizing other Mario characters by name or at least character design a lot more than other Pokemon. And I feel like that goes a long way in terms of like influence and notoriety and recognizability of of the series as a whole. Uh, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, before we close it, Matthew, do you have
Okay,
anything to?
so I recognize that point, and I agree that I think that if you took the older generation and you put, I don't know, like let's take a Vulpix for example, and you put him beside Bowser, they probably recognize Bowser 9 times out of 10 more than a random Pokemon.
I love
Um,
Vulpix.
however, I know I love Vulpix too. Um, I would argue that the younger generation actually is more in tune with Pokemon as compared to Mario. Where Mario has the last few Mario games have been great. Like Odyssey was fantastic. Luigi's Mansion 3 was great. Um, but when we're talking in terms of how many pure awareness and how many people are in the newer generation are buying the games and recognizing Pokemon. I think far more people are either playing Pokemon Go or buying the Pokemon Let's Go or even the new Sword and Shield compared to Odyssey. Odyssey had its heyday, and when it came out, everybody was talking about it. But Pokemon is consistently coming back. Mario has one maybe once every couple years where it really hits the mainstream, but Pokemon is constantly there, and it's constantly resurfacing. So that's why I'd say that Pokemon overall is largely more influential than Mario.
All right. So before I evaluate, I might have missed it, but Matthew, did you mention that Pokemon is the most sold like franchise of all time? Like has the best sales overall, like games, merchandise, everything.
Isn't it Hello Kitty?
I'm talking
I didn't
video
actually
game. Video
check
game.
on that.
Video game.
Oh, okay.
But I saw a while ago Pokemon was like the most.
I think it is.
I think Tetris is actually the most sold franchise ever.
Pokemon. According to Wikipedia,
I believe it's Tetris.
I think. Oh well, never mind. I'm not saying my answer because it doesn't support my argument.
So yeah,
No.
the top 25 highest grossing media franchises of all time worldwide. Pokemon 92.1.1 billion. Hello Kitty 80.026 billion. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Yo, I love that.
Yo, Winnie the Pooh gamers rise up.
Winnie the Pooh is the
no,
best,
this
bro.
is franchise. It's not even only game wise. It's franchise wise. Mario is after Star Wars, Mickey Mouse, Ampen Man, Disney Princess. Yeah, okay. But you didn't mention that. I was just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't. You don't include
So,
that.
here's the thing. Matthew made a really strong point that. Okay, I'm actually gonna take Matthew for a while. Matthew, you should have mentioned this part that it's the most rentable franchise of all time, most profitable franchise of all time. You should have mentioned that the fucking Pokemon song is iconic.
Oh my god.
As hell.
I was
forgot about
surprised
that.
you didn't
Oh
mention
my
the
God.
song.
He was saying like Super Mario is so good. It's like, yeah, it is, but everyone knows I want to be the very best. Like everyone.
Yeah, I
knows
was
that.
really surprised you didn't mention the song.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about that.
Too late, buddy.
But
Yeah.
wait, Vincent, you didn't mention that Mario got a fucking theme park. In
Ha!
Oh, and a movie that's coming out soon too.
yeah, but Pokemon
I guess-
already has a movie.
I
Yeah,
guess
but if
Pokemon-
you
yeah,
if you
Pokemon
brought
already
up the
got-
movie, I would bring up the old movie.
Detective
So.
Yeah,
Pikachu.
yeah.
Let's go. Okay, anyway, I love Detective Pikachu. So yeah, you guys were actually pretty close at this round. This was actually probably my favorite round because it was the one that I felt like you guys were actually really, really strong when it came to arguments. You both have some flaws, but Matthew did give me a point that got me a little
God
bit
damn
over the edge. Was because Matthew did mention that Pokemon is way more known worldwide than Mario, and I agree with him. Because here in Portugal, I know I'm using my little country, but if you go out and show like Mario and Pikachu, people will fucking know. My mom knows what Pikachu is. My grandma knows what Pikachu is. Everyone knows what Pokemon is. Mario, yes, most people will recognize, but not as much. And I feel like that's something that I can sense throughout the entire like world. Do you know how many? I know it's the time of Pokemon Go, but still, do you know how many shirts I saw in 2016 of Team Mystic, Team? I don't even remember the full names. It was Team Mystic,
Team
Color-
Mystic, Team.
Element.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was like
Whatever.
three
Red.
teams.
All
It
I know
was
is red's the
Zapdos,
best one.
Zapdos, Articuno,
Yellow is the
and
best
Moltres.
one.
No, it was Mystic. You both are wrong. But like, it was insane. Everyone knew. Everyone was playing Pokemon. You wouldn't walk out in the street and you wouldn't see someone not looking at their phone catching Pokemons. And I feel like that's something that I felt like it was around the world, not just Americans, I guess. So I felt like Pokemon was more known. I feel like Pokemon is such a more known property worldwide than Mario. I'll probably say Mario is more known if you're talking just America based, I guess, because I feel like Americans do tend to even actually. It's actually debatable. I don't know. I guess you guys have more because you guys have the Nintendo stores and all that Mario shit. But yeah, that's the one thing that gives Matthew the slight nudge. So Matthew, you get the point, and you technically win the match, but we still have a fifth round. And
Yeah, whatever.
We got no because it counts because you need the points will count at the end because imagine that second place is tied when it comes to victories and losses. So the points will dictate who goes first, who goes forward. I mean, so let's do the last round. So the last round is. Okay, we talked about the best Nintendo game. What's the most disappointing? Now, this is actually most. This was actually something that was kind of confusing in the first match. we're talking disappointing. Don't give me arguments. I'm just clarifying this. Don't give me arguments for the worst Nintendo game. Give me arguments for why it's the most
That's
disappointing.
disappointing.
Yes, because for example, this is not a diss to Roman, I swear to God, but I felt like Roman was way more trying to prove me that Days Gone was disappointing than it was bad, while Nolan, and that's why Roman got. I'm not gonna spoil it, but that's why like I'm not gonna say anything. If
I
you
think
didn't
you
watch
just
the
spoiled it,
episode,
bro.
watch the episode. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil the episode. So yeah, most disappointing Nintendo game. Vincent,
Matt, I
what's go
think?
first?
I think it's my turn.
So
Yeah.
in the remind me in the next match, Vincent, you go first in the next match. Whoever is against, remind me. You're gonna go first. But yeah, Matt,
Okay.
you go.
So the game I chose, ironically, is actually Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, to me, might be. I'm
Yeah,
putting my bias
so-
aside, but it might be.
That's why I chose it, because I know Pedro doesn't like. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Sucking up. I see.
I despise. Hey. Roman argued for Roman argued for God of War, and Nolan argued for Final Fantasy, and I was more in line with.
God of-
Yeah.
Bro, I need to go in on Roman.
No, he chose as the best PlayStation game.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
He chose that, and Nolan chose Final Fantasy. And Nolan made some fucking amazing points, and I haven't even played Final Fantasy VII. It was Final Fantasy VII, the original, not the remake. But anyway, let's go into the match. Sorry, guys.
So yeah, disappointing. I don't even know where to start with Sword and Shield. Let's start with the fact that this is the first mainland game that to be released on the Switch. Now, this is a Switch that's supposed to be both console and handheld. This is supposed to be. Yes, it doesn't have the same processing power as a PS4 or an Xbox.
Not as
but
hardcore.
it's supposed to be within the same realm, right? They marketed as a console. And the ability and the processing power and the graphics ability of the Switch should be far above what they gave us in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I saw there's parts of this game where you see the trees rendering, which are just absolutely okay, now I'm getting into the nitty-gritty details. But when you release a game on the Switch, such as a Breath of the Wild, that's what you're expecting in terms of graphics and the leaps and bounds that that the video game industry has taken since the very first inception of these games. That's the type of jump I expected from Pokemon. Instead, I got a very, very limited Pokedex, really shitty graphic details, not to mention that Pokemon games overall have been trending towards easier and easier gameplay as the years have gone on, and this just blew it out of the water in terms of difficulty. EXP is automatically shared. They didn't bring back any prior mechanics such as the I don't remember what there was megas and then there was X moves or something like that. They introduced
ultra moves
ultra moves.
There's like ultras, X's, and megas and all that.
Yeah, and I can't understand for the life of me why they didn't bring that back. It's like they tried to scrapped everything that they had before and put in some the bare bones Pokemon game. They added Dynamax, but honestly, that shit is kind of OP. And yes, we're getting subjectivity, but I think that the new Pokemon designs, for the most part, are getting pretty lazy. So for me, that's why Pokemon Sword and Shield in kind of a Crib Zone version of it that's why it's the most disappointing game for me.
Okay. Vincent, I actually don't remember your pick. You told me, but I forgot.
You're good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you got it?
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so mine is Paper Mario Sticker Star on the 3DS. My lord, what were they thinking?
Oh my.
Like, what were they thinking?
It's not that bad. I'm sorry. I had to say it's not that bad. I don't. I think it's a disappointment, but I don't think it's that bad.
Well, like, here's the thing. I agree that in terms of gamedom, in terms of all video games, Sticker Star technically is not that bad. But is it disappointing to me as a big Paper Mario fan and literally millions of other Paper Mario fans who I know? Yes, it was a massive disappointment, and it kind of hasn't really gotten that much better since. It's gotten better, but not that much. Um, Basically, the first two Mario games, Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door on GameCube, they followed basic RPG elements. Big overworlds, get to talk to all these different unique characters and species and races. They all have fun personalities. Um, Paper Mario Sticker Star kind of took that all away. Oh, and like fun puzzles and stuff like that. Fun battle of mechanics. Sticker Star took that all away. They added like a bajillion toads with no personality. The the only really redeeming quality that I will go ahead and say like is good is the music. But the Paper Mario series has always had good music, so that's not that big of a deal. Um, but they took away all the fun characters. Oh, and the original games also had these things called partners, which help you out in the overworld. Those that got taken away for one single uh, boring character that just kind of spouts out occasional tutorial fodder. The puzzles are horrendously cryptic to the point that I, for the first time ever, had to look up a guide multiple times to figure out how to do things. And I know I'm not alone in doing that because I I looked it up online and lots of people were struggling because the game gives you no hints. It gives you tons of stickers, but you're literally wasting probably like 30 minutes on one boss, just throwing every sticker you have, wasting all your stickers, praying that you get the one that's actually effective against it that you can actually hurt it with. Um, the overworld, like I said, the first two games, all interconnected, all one simple, quick load screen away. Uh, Sticker Star, it gets separated into these boring little individual Super Mario levels. Basically, they're still open, but it's so much limited. It's way more limited. Um, I'm not going to fault the graphics too much because honestly, they're fine. It's 3DS. Um, the environments are also, but I will go against the environments. They're really generic. It's just, oh, here's generic snowland. Here's generic desert world. And finally, before time runs out, is the writing. The first two games were great in terms of writing. Again, full character, full personalities, full of laughs. This one, you still got occasional laughs, but like, eh, it's just I don't know. It was disappointing to not just me, but trust me, millions of others. Look it up online. It'll take you a second.
Matthew, do you want to rebuttal?
Sure. Um, so I haven't. The only Paper Mario game I've played is actually the GameCube one. So I can't say
Oh,
whether or
Thousand Year
not
Door.
this one. Yeah, I can't say this one. I can't speak to the actual quality of it, but I can speak to the how disappointing it was. And if we're comparing disappointment levels, this is a spin-off Paper Mario game. This is a spin-off within the franchise. This isn't the newest flagship entry into this overall massive franchise, which we established earlier. It's one of Nintendo's biggest franchises. This is just a small spin-off. This is like by you saying that Paper Mario is the most disappointing, it's like me saying I was the Mystery Dungeon DX, the Mystery Dungeon Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that came out a couple years ago was the most disappointing. Yes, it was very disappointing for myself and probably a lot of other Pokemon fans. But if we're talking scale, Pokemon Sword and Shield is the first mainstream Pokemon game to be released on the flagship console. It's the introduction to Gen 8. This is this is the biggest Pokemon game that you can get, and they gave us access to not even half the Pokemon. It gave us a very short and very easy game with really shitty graphics and lazy design. And overall, I think if we're talking massive scope and overall disappointment, I think it has to go to Pokemon Sword and Shield just because of the sheer size and anticipation behind this game and how big of a letdown it was.
All right. Um, so for my arguments back, for the difficulty, um, well, I do believe that I wish that there was like maybe options for difficulty, maybe like easy, normal. Um, I feel like that having that lower difficulty is actually better, or at least good, still good in a lot of ways, because it allows for more and more people, or it just allows the game to be more and more accessible. That's what I'm trying to say. It's more accessible for more and more people, especially younger audiences. Because I know as a kid, I struggled a lot with the older Pokemon games. I still had fun and I did beat them, but uh, I struggled a lot. And this one, uh, the easier difficulty will make the younger kids want to maybe go back and try those others to either have a bit more of a challenge, or just get more familiar with the franchise. And then also, Paper Mario is not a small spin-off game or whatever you mentioned. It's pretty big. It sells millions of units. I don't have the numbers up right now, but I know Origami King, I think, sold a good couple million units. That was the most recent in the series. Um, and people want Paper Mario in Smash, like that version of Mario. Like they want him in Smash, and it's not just a small vocal group. It's like a large amount of people. No one's really calling for more Pokemon. People want Paper Mario from the Paper Mario series, and so that's pretty disappointing. I forgot where I was going with this. I'm done. I tend to do.
You
that.
kind of
Damn
got
it.
you kind of got off track there, cause like,
Yeah. Whatever.
what the fuck is Smash to do with the game? I maybe we were arguing.
It's wording. It's wording. There's a point I have in there somewhere.
Okay. Okay. First of all, Sword and Shield is bad. I just want to make that clear.
It's okay. It's
It's
okay. Sword of Seal's
it's
okay.
a fucking insult. That's what it is.
It's okay.
That's one of the.
It's not
one
good.
of my
I can say it's
beefs-
not good,
One of my
but it's
beefs
okay.
with Nintendo is fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Let
Anyway,
me say, this has nothing to do with my argument. It's Game Freak's fault, not Nintendo's.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
you're
is
right.
Game
You're right.
Freaks.
You're right. You're right.
Nintendo's
They
not
shouldn't.
to
They should
blame.
have said fuck that little town hero game. You're right. Okay. Anyway. Okay. By the way, the reason why I looked down is because I write in a little paper like things
Yeah.
I should like maybe point out. Uh, mm,
I will also say, in terms of the graphics in Pokemon Sword and Shield, um, so
like you can't
Dragon Quest.
defend that shit. Dragon Quest.
Yeah, no,
Wasn't there like
I
a
was going to
remake?
say,
Uh,
I was going to,
yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, so Dragon Quest 8 on PlayStation 2 looks better at times than than Pokemon
Sword
Sword
and
and
Shield
Shield.
Like,
Like,
how does it
come
look that
on.
bad? I don't. It blows my mind. Like, it actually annoys me.
You know what
Like,
blows
It's
my
actually
mind?
insane.
I know. Okay. Here's the thing. Personally, I feel like I agree more with Matthew, but Vincent, I have to be unbiased, and Vincent did say like more accessibility is a good thing because sure it might be too easy for you, but like maybe my fucking 5-year-old can play it, and that's actually good. That's actually good that my 5-year-old cousin can actually enjoy a Pokemon game as well because Sword and Shield is so easy. It's one of the easiest games. I didn't do most of the game. I think the only Pokemon game that it's easier is fucking Pokemon Let's Go, and that's because Pokemon Let's Go it's more aimed to kids. It's to get kids into the Pokemon genre, so that's why it's easier to get them into the genre. So I can excuse in that game. I can't excuse in fucking Sword and Shield, but Vincent is right that it's just more accessible and can get people into the game easier, with more ease. So I kind of agree with him on that point. Uh, but Vincent, every time you gave me something about why Mario is disappointing, you also kind of backhanded said it's not that bad. So I got a feeling like you like it. You're disappointed that it's not
No, I
as
don't like
good.
it.
Okay.
No, I actively
Because you
don't like it.
you would say something that was bad in game, then you're like, I guess the graphics are good, and then you said anything bad about the game, then you go, I guess the music is also
Well, no, I
good.
said that I wouldn't fault it for its graphics. The environments were bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Paper Mario stickers art. For me, it's like on a technical level. For me, it's like a 6 out of 10. But on a But do I like the game at all? No.
Yeah. But Sword and Shield, not even. But Sword and Shield doesn't even get a 6 out of 10 technically wise. That shit stinks. But
Are they not going to include models for every Pokemon game? I'm not even arguing anymore. I'm just mad.
did you see the montage where Blastoise had in a GameCube game? I don't remember which game. I think it was Pokemon Stadium or something. Has better animation than fucking
Dude.
Blastoise
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Sword and Shield.
That's what they
Yeah.
should have. Oh, I should have done that. Pokemon Stadium as the new one. It should have been my answer. All Pokemon answers, I think.
Yeah,
They said
I'm
said
gonna
that
go, I'm
the
gonna
that they
go
didn't.
with I'm gonna go with Vincent. By the way, I think he
Oh,
made a
sweet.
better argument as to why he's much funny. No, like I think both of you made a better. Both of you are on the same level. For me, has like arguments for most disappointing, but Vincent made more better arguments as to why. Like, sure, yours is disappointing, but you can kind of see where other people can enjoy it. Well, Stick a Star, he made. I'm excluding, by the way, I'm excluding your fucking Smash Bros. Argument. That was
Yeah.
so wild. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about now? But no, I'm
I
giving
don't
you
know.
the point. So even though you lose, you did get 2 points, which honestly, it's good because right now you're tied with Javier, because Javier also lost, but he also got 2 points. So yeah, that concludes
I'm
our.
up against Roman now.
No, you're not on Roman's group. You're with Raz, Vincent, Javier, and wait. Now I'm blanking. No, you are in Roman's group. I'm sorry, you are in Roman's group. You're Roman, Nolan, you and Vincent. So
I'm gonna beat Roman's
it's
ass.
gonna be next round. It's gonna be either Roman versus Vincent or you versus Nolan.
Oh,
Because I'm gonna
I wanna
go
face
with
Roman.
no. Sorry, I'm
Oh my
fucking it all
gosh.
up. I'm sorry. Because my
No.
idea is so whoever wins from a match plays against the loser from the other match. So you're gonna play against Roman, yes, and Vincent is gonna play against Nolan. Because he's the loser, he'll play against the winner. Well, spoiler, I guess. But I'm assuming you watched the first episode. He's gonna play against Nolan, and you're gonna play against Roman. So you and Roman have to set a date for you both. So yeah, that concludes our third match. I hope you enjoyed.
Woo.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Before we go, do you guys want to plug something? I know Vincent
Um.
might won, but Matthew, do you want to plug something?
Yeah. Yeah. I got. I've been streaming on Twitch a lot, which I think Pedro's salty about. Uh. It's competition. I kid. But you know, it's Vincent _ R.
I'll leave.
I hate that I have to have two
Don't worry.
underscores, but
I'll leave the link of the Twitch. Don't worry. Send me the link though.
you froze.
I will
You froze for a sec.
Send me the link, please.
I think it was on your
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
Vincent. I could hear him fine.
And you, Matthew, before.
I don't really have much to plug anymore. I don't do anything.
Oh, I missed your podcast.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of reviving it,
Let's
but then
go.
I thought about how much work it actually is to do it, and then I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But I guess you can follow me on Twitter. Pedro will include the link there.
All right.
I shitpost, and if there's anything important, I'll put it there. So,
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. If you want to watch all the other episodes, I'll leave the playlist down here. And at the end of the video, there will be the playlist. Like Matthew said and Vincent said, they have their own things. All will be at the description. I'll also have Vincent's newest video as like the video of this episode. Like,
Oh yeah, and I do have. I am planning on making a new video.
yeah,
So that's also gonna
he
be.
has the one from Majora's Mask. So if you want to see if you want to see him give you more arguments as to why Majora's Mask is awesome, he has a fucking 20-something minute video.
Yeah, it's like 21 minutes.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video. I'll leave the links also for that video. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and I hope you see in the next match. We might be Ty versus Rob, and Matt will be judging that one. So yeah, bye.
Bye.